Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third graders. My name is Mrs. Nix, and I am so excited to be here with you to support you as you become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. This morning I was reading a book. Did you know you can learn so much information just by opening a book? I'm telling you. So this one's all about the Hopi Native Americans, and this is a first American, so the people who were here originally, and there are so many interesting things about their tribe and how they used the lands and kind of their history and their story, and I love learning about the past, and a book is a great place to do that. And so how can you check out books like this and others? Well, it's super easy. You can visit your local county library, or you can go on Sora, a free app in Fresno Unified, and check out hundreds of books just like that one. And you can learn so many things. Now, speaking of Sora, here in Fresno Unified, we often like to celebrate our schools that are checking out books, and we do kind of a little shout out board right here. So the top 5 schools this last week who were checking out on Sora, let's go and check out who was in second place this last week. Right there, Ewing Elementary. Great job, Ewing. So proud of you. Now, if you want to see your school up here on our little shout out board, super easy to do it. All you need to do is check out a book and maybe tell a classmate or two to join you, and you can get your school's name up on our shout out board. All right, so third grade, I have 3 things that I want us to go through today. But before I do that, let me do a quick little shout out about an activity book, because I always like to do this, and talk about, it's free. It's a free activity book. It's full of puzzles and word searches and games, and all you need to do is send me a note to the address that's popping up at the bottom of your screen, or an email. Let me know a story that you've been reading or something you've learned here at PBS, or maybe even in your own classroom. I'd love to hear all about it, and I'll put one of these, as long as you remember to include your address, in the mail for you. Okay. Now we're ready to get started today. Let's start by warming up those super smart muscles that we have, our brains. Okay, we're going to do that by looking at our high frequency words. And remember, these are words that we see often in our reading and our writing. And so it's important by third grade that we not only be able to read them, but that we're able to write them. So spelling becomes really important. I know you've been practicing this week and you've got all of them down, right? That's okay. Even if you don't, you keep practicing, because I know that you're going to get it. So let's go through and let's practice them together. You read them at home and I'm going to read them here in the studio. Here we go. Big, because, been, black, blue, before, both, best, bring, and better. Nicely done, third grade. So today we're going to look at these 2 words. I've got both, which is B-O-T-H, and best, B-E-S-T. Okay, help me use these in a couple of sentences. Can we have kinds of cookies for dessert? And you are the third grade class. Oh, you know that one, right? You are the best third grade class. Absolutely you are. You're doing a fantastic job. And can we have both kinds of cookies for dessert? I'm telling you, I always ask, I want to have both kinds, right? Excellent. All right, third grade, we're going to go through, let's talk about these inflectional endings. Now, we're really focusing in on the spelling patterns this week when we're adding those inflectional endings. So we're talking about adding S, ED, and ING. So when we look at this, let's just talk about when we add S and ED and what kinds of spelling patterns we have. So when I have a word that ends with a vowel and then the Y, for example, let's look at them. Delay has an AY Pray has an AY. When I have words that have this vowel and then a Y, there is no spelling changes. There are no spelling changes. So if I wanted to say delays or delayed, it doesn't matter. I leave it just the way that it is. I'm going to just put delayed because that's the first one I grabbed. No spelling changes, just add the ED. Pray, if I want to add the, and change it to praise, there's nothing that I need to do except for add an S. All right. Now, the same can't be true if that word ends with a consonant and then a Y. For example, like in reply, we have a consonant, L-Y. Okay, so consonant, which is the L, and Y in the word apply. So this is where we're going to see some change. When it's a consonant and a Y, we change that Y to an I, and then we have to add ES or ED. So in reply, let's change it to replied, change that Y to an I, then we add ED, replied. If we want to change apply to applies, change that Y to an I, and then we add ES, just like that. You can see how it's done. Okay, now when we've got these verbs and we want to change, add the ing, this one's really easy too. There are no changing to the spelling of any of the words that end with Y. So it doesn't matter if it has vowels or consonants. Anytime we add that ing, we're good. We can just add it. So let's just pick a couple of them. We'll pick one from here that's got the vowel. So we've got delay. We're going to make it delaying. No change, just add the Y. We'll take one over here, reply, and we're going to add it to ing, replying, and you can see that it doesn't matter if you've got the vowel or no vowel. When it ends in Y, we just add the ing. Okay. So let's go over it. I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about suffixes. We've got 3 suffixes that we've been reviewing this week. These are those letters that are added to an end of a base word to change the meaning of that base word. Base words are simply that. They are words that stand on their own. They don't have anything else attached to them. They have their own meaning, like care, cheer, and soft. Those words have their own meaning. Now, suffixes are just groups of letters. They're not a word by themselves. So less, full, and ness change the meaning of the base word. So less means without. So if I have care and I add the suffix less, well, less means without, so careless means I'm without care. So if I did something very carelessly, I really wasn't paying that close attention. I was probably being a little silly and goofy, right? Okay, so cheer, and I'm going to add the suffix full. Full simply means that you're full of something. So if I'm full of cheer, I'm a very cheerful person. I think about, when you go to a football game or a soccer game and you're very cheerful, you're, yay, go team. You're full of cheer. And then ness, N-E-S-S, is the state or condition of something. So soft, and if I said softness, could be talking about the state of a blanket. A blanket has a lot of softness to it. It could be very soft, right? Okay. What does this look like when we want to go through and practice it, maybe on a worksheet, and doing this independently? So help me out and let's look at it. It says, add the endings to each word and write the new word on the line. Pay attention to possible spelling changes. Okay, what did we say when we add ing to any word with Y? Does it matter? Right, it doesn't matter. We can just add, there's no spelling changes. So I can say trying, and I'm just going to put it right there. Good. How about dried? When I have a consonant and then a Y, what do I need to do with that Y? You got it. Change it to an I and then add ed. How about hurries? Hurries. Okay, we've got a consonant and a Y. So just like we did in dry, hurries. So I'm going to write hurry. What do I do with my Y? Change it to an I and add ES. Good. Okay. Playing. Again, remember any word that ends with a Y, whenever we're adding ing, do I have to worry? Nope, I can just add ing, and it's just an easy thing. And then studied, we're adding an ed. I've got a consonant and a Y. What do I do when I've got that Y? I want to change it to an I, and then add my ed. So don't forget to change your I. Okay, down here, we're going to practice just a little bit of matching our words that have our suffix to our definition. So let's look here. We've got without color. So we want to find something that's without color. What was without? Do you remember that suffix? Less. Okay, so let's find, do we see something with less? Look, I've got colorless. Yes, excellent. So we're going to put that over here. How about the state of being happy? Now remember, the state of anything would be ness, and we've got happy. What do we get when we put happy and ness together? We've got happiness. Here it is right there. How about one or two more? Let's see. Full of delight. Well, we're going to have full, right, as our suffix. So let's look. Delight, full. Excellent. How about one more? Without sound would be, what is without? What was this? What was the suffix? Less, right? So soundless. Do you see how easy it is when you know what those suffixes, what they actually mean, how they can help you? All right, last one, state of being lively. You've got liveliness. Excellent job. Okay, let's finish out our day today and let's talk about root words. Now, remember, root words are when we take away all those prefixes and suffixes, and it can help us to better understand what, what our word means and can help us. So let's go through, let's read this sentence together and then talk about this underlined word right here. So she disliked rules that were not fair. Okay, so if I take the word disliked, do I see any prefixes? Well, yeah, dis is a prefix, so let's move that one out. And liked, do I see any suffixes or inflectional endings? I do. I'm going to take away the ed. What's my root word? Like. Okay, so if I know what like means, it's something that I enjoy, but I put dis in front of it, do you remember what that prefix means? Dis means not. So did she like it a whole lot, or did she not like it at all? Right here, because of that prefix, I know she did not like rules that were not fair. You figured it out. Great job, third grade. Okay, so I just want to say thanks for hanging out with me today as you're getting ready for school, and to remember, you are responsible for your learning success. So listen, ask questions, and share your ideas, because together we can do so much more. Have a fantastic afternoon. I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow on PBS. Stay safe and check out a book. All right, we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day.